Hello, my name is Snow, and today we will be talking through the unwritten rules of roleplay. Now, the game's main purpose is that everyone that sat around the table, whether it be virtually or physically, are enjoying themselves. Now, it's not about your character, your backstory, or even the world in general that's been created. It's about everyone having fun. This is both players and the Dungeon Master. Rule number 1. The Dungeon Master's word is law. I am the law. The Dungeon Master runs the show with rules, opportunities, challenges that they set their players. They keep the story moving and should have the final say in all the decisions. Dungeon Masters have a lot of power and responsibility to make sure everyone is enjoying themselves. Players can disagree with the DM, but need to remember sometimes it will stop the flow of the roleplay. In our game, if there is a dispute, Aknight will make a decision based on his experience and we will continue to play. If the player still disputes it, he will ask if they want to look at it now, or he'll make a call and we'll continue to play and look at it after. If the player does want to discuss it there and then, we will stop role-playing and the rule will be discussed with them and a decision will be made. This doesn't happen often, but when it does, it is taken seriously, as it will bring the roleplay to a stop whilst we discuss it, and then we've got to try and get back into the flow of the game afterwards. There may be some Dungeon Masters that just don't give the opportunity to actually discuss the rules, and they will make a decision to make sure that the roleplay keeps going. Remember, at the end of the day, the rulebook is kind of a guideline, and there are so many games where different Dungeon Masters do things just slightly different to each other. It might not always be what you agree with, but at the end of the day, Dungeon Master's running the game, and their word is law. Rule number 2. Expect the unexpected. Expecting the unexpected is very important for both players and the Dungeon Master. Dungeon Masters might give clues throughout their story. It's not their fault if the players misunderstand what's being said. But also, sometimes NPCs and villains might be doing that on purpose. They might be trying to deceive them or convince them to be included in their nefarious plans. Sense motive doesn't reveal all of the secrets, and zone of truth only goes so far. Remember, you might not have the whole picture when trying to form your plan. Players can also be very tricksy. The Dungeon Master could have a perfectly planned encounter that comes apart at the seams because the players come up with a very creative solution to solve it, completely blindsiding the Dungeon Master. But you just got to roll with it. Expect the unexpected. It's what makes roleplay so great. Rule number 3. Say it, or it didn't happen. An important unwritten rule of any RPG is that you need to say if you do something. No one's a mind reader. Or if you are, what am I thinking?
I really want a cupcake, maybe a vanilla. Oh no, a chocolate one. Oh crap, I should get back to recording this video before they knew I got distracted.
As I was saying, no one can read minds. We just need to remember that if you want to take an action, make sure you say it. We just need to make sure that you say what you intend to do. And if you do forget something, just accept that it hasn't happened, or that you just need to do it on your next go. Dungeon Masters also might want to ask questions to make sure players are given the chance to say it as well. Being as clear as possible minimises any confusion between either player or Dungeon Master. There is no point saying mid-fight, "Oh, I would have given Jeff that healing potion around the campfire last night." Rule number 4. The dice giveth, the dice taketh away. Whilst a player might be trained in a skill, the dice still determines their fate. We always celebrate when we get a natural 20, and then sob miserably when we roll those natural ones. The unknown roll is what makes the roleplay so fresh and interesting. If they do happen to fail a task, then they'll have to rethink their plan. If players always succeeded, it would get really boring. If they fail a test, then it might have to make them rethink the plan of how to actually achieve the goal. Those little dice hold our hopes and dreams, so much that certain people have little rituals they might do before a game to try and get those better rolls. Don't let your dice see you too happy. They're just biding their time to feast on those tears. Rule number 5. Are you sure? This question being uttered by a Dungeon Master is just their way to make sure that you are certain you want to continue. It might be that you might not get the desired effects, or there might be consequences. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't do it. It may make for some amazing roleplay, but it's just the chance that the Dungeon Master gives you just to be 100% sure. Do you really want to pull the tail on that sleeping lion? Okay, roll your dice. Rule number 6, never split the party. Now, this is a meme in itself, because I think just about every single roleplay that I have seen or been in has at least at one time had the players split up. Sometimes the players aren't really given a choice, and if they need to do 2 things at once, there's only one way to do that, and that's by having 2 teams. Splitting the party always comes with risks. The first is that you're not going to be as strong as you would be as a group. However, it's a lot easier for a sneaky character to get in instead of the entire party, especially with that mighty large barbarian over there. The second is that now the Dungeon Master is running 2 separate scenes. The players may need to just be a little bit patient with them whilst they're making sure that both teams can actually have fun. Rule number 7, attendance and herding cats. Meow. Getting players together on the same day at the same time, whether it be virtually or in person, can be very difficult. If you've agreed to a session, please don't bail out and definitely don't be late. If for any reason you do have to cancel, please do not do it on the day, and definitely not a few minutes before the session starts. Herding role players is such a difficult job for anyone who organised it, so just please be respectful of people's time and the effort that's gone into it. The Dungeon Master might have balanced an encounter for that many people. If someone drops out last minute, it'll be very difficult to rebalance and make sure that everyone has fun. Rule number 8, have fun. We all love roleplay, whether it be with friends, family, strangers. We all love getting together, whether it be in person or online, and rolling those dice or pressing those buttons. It's a way that we can just enjoy ourselves, escape from normal life, and just have a really enjoyable time. Make sure you treasure the sessions that you get to play in and the people that you're with. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, hit that little button as well. And until next time, may your dice rolls ever be in your favour.